Hi, boys and girls. It's so good to be with you this morning. I wanted to come and read you a story this morning. I'm missing my friends, my little friends. I miss you so much. I'll be glad when we can see each other again. But I think about you every day, and I say prayers for you every day. And I hope you're praying for Miss Mac and her family as well. Um, I love you guys, and I want to share this little book with you today. It's the cutest little book. It's about three little squirrels that are so happy that spring is here. And spring is the time of year when the flowers start to bloom and the butterflies come out, and it gets warmer outside, and we're able to go out and play in the wonderful sunshine. I hope you've been doing that, and I hope you have some little squirrels in your yard that you can watch, and maybe they know these guys in this story. The name of our story is Hooray for Spring, and it's by the author. Remember, we talked about the author is the person that writes the story for us, that makes the story up. And this author of this book is Kazuo Iwamura. And he wrote this story about these little squirrels so that we could enjoy it. So let's get started. And it's called Hooray for Spring. And there are our little friends right there looking out the window, probably very anxious to get outside. Spring was here at last. Mick, Mac, and Molly leaped from branch to branch. Hooray for spring, they shouted. Look, called Mac, caterpillars. They're eating the leaves. That's what caterpillars like to eat, Molly explained. Look at the beautiful cherry blossoms, said Molly. And the bees, Mick shouted. They are sucking the nectar from the blossoms, Molly explained. And there they are, climbing all through the trees, on the branches, checking everything out. Look, said Mac, a baby bird. It is lost, and it looks hungry. What do baby birds like to eat? Asked Mick. Oh, geez, I don't know, said Molly. And there's their little friend sitting out there on the limb all by himself. Probably crying for his mom. Maybe they like to eat pine cones, said Mick. Yummy, said Mac. I don't think so, said Molly. Here, baby bird, said Mick. We brought you some pine cones. The seeds are delicious, said Mac. But the baby bird shook his head. No, it did not want any pine cones. That's what I thought, said Molly. Wonder what he wants to eat. What do you think he would like to eat? Really? You think he'd like to eat maybe some little bugs? Or maybe a nice fat juicy worm? Maybe. Let's see. How about some sweet cherry blossoms, said Molly. The bees love them, said Mac. I don't think baby birds do, said Mick. Here, baby bird, said Molly. Have some cherry blossoms. The bees make honey with them. But the baby bird shook its head. Nope. It even shook its little wings. It did not want any cherry blossoms. I thought so, said Mick. What does this little baby eat? Said Mick. Acorns, suggested Mac. Raspberries, suggested Molly. Mushrooms, walnuts, milk. That's right, milk from its mama, shouted Mick. And then up flew Mama Bird with a fat green worm in her mouth. The baby bird raised its head happily. It opened its mouth wide. Boy, he's really hungry now, isn't he? In went the worm. Delicious. You should have seen the baby bird, Mick told Mama and Papa. It didn't want pine cones for lunch, said Molly. Or cherry blossoms, said Mick. It wanted a worm, said Molly. The baby opened its mouth and in it went, said Mick. Look, said Mac. I'm a baby bird. And everybody laughed. Do you think he was really eating a worm? No, he wasn't really eating a worm. He was pretending that his supper was a worm. So the little squirrels found some adventure. They got outside and got up in the trees and they met a new friend and who was waiting for his mom to come bring him some breakfast probably. And it was a big, fat, juicy worm. Well, I hope you're going outside and I hope you're playing out in the nice sunshine. But if you find a worm, don't eat it, okay? No eating worms, unless it's a gummy worm, and they're okay to eat. Okay, boys and girls, it was good to spend some time with you this morning, and I'll have another story for you next week on the YouTube channel, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I love and miss you. Bye.